Marital sex is also meant to happen regularly. Any abstention from sex within a marriage should be temporary. Do not deprive each other except perhaps by mutual consent and for a time, so that you may devote yourselves to prayer. Then come together again, so that Satan will not tempt you because of your lack of. Be loving and other-oriented. In the Christian view, wives and husbands have equal authority over each other's bodies, and sex is a marital duty of love that both husband and wife should strive to fulfill for the other. 1 Corinthians 7:3-4 instructs, the husband should fulfill his marital duty to his wife, and likewise the wife to her husband. The wife does not have authority over her own body, but yields it to her husband. In the same way, the husband does not have authority over his own body, but yields it to his wife. Emphasis added. Each spouse lovingly yields his or her body to the other. Sex between husband and wife is to be God-honoring. Our bodies are meant to glorify the Lord, not to be controlled by our passions, and not to be used for sexual immorality. 1 Corinthians 6:12-13. Therefore honor God with your bodies. 1 Corinthians 6:20. Marital sex is meant to be exclusive, between a husband and wife only. 1 Corinthians 7:2. It is also to be loving and other-oriented. Another allowance God made concerning sex in the Old Testament was polygamy, multiple spouses in the same marriage, usually one husband with two or more wives. Although several Bible characters had polygamous marriages, polygamy itself is never explicitly approved in. Practice sexual perversion are warned they have no place in God's kingdom. 1 Corinthians 6-9. Jesus condemned not only physical adultery, but also adultery in one's mind or heart, which would include pornography. Q 5:27-32. Prostitution is condemned in both Old and New Testaments. Deuteronomy 23-18. Which individuals and nations were defiled. Verses 27-28, 30. Adultery sex with a married person other than one spouse was punishable by death for both participants. Leviticus 20:10-12, while premarital sex was punished by forced marriage. Exodus 20-16. Rape also carried a death sentence.